Welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Yes, good morning and welcome back to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. You all know that by now, surely. Very, very, very excited because tomorrow we kick off our home campaign in the Premier League at home to Burnley, a team that we lost against last year. But before we get into the match preview, the lineup prediction and the score prediction, do yourselves a favour and do me a little favour if you can as well. Press that like button and subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. Go back and watch Hot Topics episodes 1 and 2 with myself and James Redmond. Both just touched 1,000 views. Also, follow us on Instagram if you haven't already. A reel of Thiago, Hendo, and Origi has now reached over 200,000 views. So crazy that video has just taken off. And yes, tomorrow I will confirmed be at the game with a special twist. I'm in the Nike box tomorrow, watching the game from there. So it's going to be very, very special indeed. Cannot wait for it. Excuse the noise of the old washing machine in the background. Got to wash some clothes, heading back up to Liverpool in the next couple of hours to get back up there. So yes, big up to all of you guys locked in. Let's get into some of your comments. Bailey, yes, Alex Ladd, good morning to you, mate. John, hi from Australia. Yes, mate. How are we? Live from Australia. It's amazing, mate. Enjoy yourself and hopefully you enjoy the game tomorrow, mate. Bailey says, I'm loving my 6 weeks holiday. How you been, bro? Very good. I've been in London since Tuesday, but back up to the mighty Liverpool, like I said, in a couple of hours. But right, let's get into this then. I wanted to share my screen with you so I can show you this match preview that I've seen on si.com. This is actually a Burnley game from ages ago, so that's no good, is it? I'm looking for a match preview, basically. Let's go on the standard. Paper I actually used to write for. It can't be reached, unfortunately. That's just a load of rubbish. And obviously, it would always happen to me, of course, wouldn't it? So big up to John. He's in Brisbane. Great weather. Thank you for letting me know. The weather here isn't too bad today, actually, but definitely not as good as Brisbane. Chris Young, hoping for a great win to Moz. 100%, mate. Let's hope we can secure that. And let's remember, Burnley beat us at Anfield last season, guys. So this isn't a game that we should take lightly. They did obviously do the dirt on us last year. However, it was a very different team, very different circumstances, and there is revenge to be had in this fixture, especially at Anfield for sure. Let's see if I can get up a little match preview for you there on the other sharing sites. No, we can't. Anyway, listen, let's just crack on with it ourselves then. So Burnley, like I said, won here last season. A couple of injuries for them coming into this game. There's no Chris Long. There's no. Let me actually confirm that because that's what I've seen on Sky Sports News. However, I would like to have some reassurance on that. So LFC Burnley match preview. It's mad how you can't just get up some kind of website at the minute to show you all this stuff, isn't it? I mean, 12:30 kickoff tomorrow, which is great for me, to be honest. I mean, you know, I'm really excited that we can actually be back in the stadium, especially Anfield, with as many fans as we can get in there. It's looking like a full capacity tomorrow. And again, it is a game that we should not take lightly. If we actually look at the record between us and Burnley, it is pretty decent, very decent indeed, obviously, apart from that one defeat last season. Let me show you this screen share here so you can actually get what I'm talking about here. The only other defeat that Klopp has had against Burnley in his tenure so far was that 2-0 at Turf Moor back in 2016. But if you can see here, obviously this one was an absolute disgrace. That was when I think Jimmy Traore scored an own goal, funnily enough, just the day after my birthday. But look, a 4-0, 4-0, 1-0, 2-0, lost 2-0, 1-2-1, drawn 1-1, a 2-1 win, 3-1 win, 4-2 win, 3-0 win, 1-1 loss, and obviously a win last season at Burnley and very close to the end of the season when Nat Phillips scored. So actually, if you look at the last 3 games here, it's a draw, loss, and a win. So only 4 points taken out of the last 9 available against Burnley. As we all know, can be a very, very difficult team to face. But a lot of clean sheets here, a lot of goals, especially in this period, 4-0 and 4-0, which is great. And that's not, I mean, listen, obviously we want to see us win tomorrow, but 4-0 would be great, wouldn't it? Especially at Anfield. Love that. Here we go then. Some more comments from you guys. Do you think we need to sign any new players? Of course we do, Chris. And if you want to hear more thoughts about that, go and watch the last video on the channel where it's titled "Time is Ticking" and still no new signings coming in. Who would I captain in the FPL? Bruno versus Southampton or Salah v Burnley? Silly question that, mate. Obviously, Bruno started off the season in impeccable form. But of course, I can never choose Bruno over Salah, really. So make sure that you guys are getting Salah in your FPL teams tomorrow. Make sure he's captain as well, because I've got a funny feeling he's going to score a few goals. Don't worry about that. Alex, if you can guess what colour Nike jumper I'm wearing, I'll buy some chips next week at Chelsea for you. That's nice. What Nike jumper you're wearing? I'm going to go with two colours because I'm not too sure, mate, to be honest. So it could be any colour. I'm going to go with grey and I'm going to go with red because you're a Liverpool fan. So grey or red, and then I'll have my cheesy chips from Sing Fongs outside the ground. Jamal, big up to you, bro. Big up, Alex. I must say your blue shirt you wore from Hot Topics episode 1 was lit, bro. Oh, thank you. That was the Adidas Special jacket. Very, very expensive that was, but well worth it because it was an absolute beaut. Big up to you, Jamal, for letting me know. Right, let's get into how we think the match is going to go. Like I said, going to be in the Nike box for this one at Anfield next tomorrow. Really looking forward to the hospitality kind of area. I'm going to have to give up my ticket in the stands. So that's a shame. But listen, always nice to be looked after, isn't it, at the game? Going to go for a win, obviously. I don't think we'll lose the game tomorrow. Burnley started off with a loss at home to Brighton. They lost 2-1 in the last game, so really not a good start off to the season for them. But I am going to go with 4-0 to Liverpool. That is my score prediction for tomorrow. Why do I say that? Because I think we didn't really, in my opinion, get out of third gear against Norwich. Now, add home fans, add the fact that we're playing at Anfield, add the fact that, you know, we've got so many amazing players back in our squad in contention to start all these games. I'm going to go for 4-0 to Liverpool. I do think we'll get a clean sheet. Like I said at the start, a lot of injuries in that Burnley team at the minute. And they haven't really enforced their summer with, you know, more signings, which will come back to eventually bite them. Could go down this year, Burnley, but again, we can't take them for granted because they did beat us at Anfield last season in that horrible run of games that really was such well, it was obviously the worst time, not in Liverpool's history, but you'd have to say in terms of home form, it was. We lost 6 games in a row, which has never happened before. But with fans in there, I just can't see that happening again this season. It will not happen. Simple as that. Bailey says, what was that thing I was doing with Flex yesterday? We were at Don Robbie's studio filming some bits and bobs. Some pictures. They're mostly pictures, to be honest, for the new season. So I guess you'll see them soon. Big up to Jamie, the photographer. He says, I think it's the younger generation that focus heavily on signings. Back in the day, signing fees were never a topic of discussion. Believe in Klopp, Liverpool to win 2-0 tomorrow. Let's get into a lineup prediction then, because again, this one's going to be difficult to predict. I made a prediction before the Norwich game, which I got right apart from the midfield. And will we go with that same midfield? Will we go with Ox? Will we go with someone like Keita? Will we go with Milner still? Personally, I would say no. I would love us at home tomorrow to be putting out Fabinho, Thiago and Henderson. They must be fit now. I mean, Henderson came on and played a good chunk of that game against Osasuna last Monday. And really, I think he's ready now. Obviously, I'm not in training. I don't know what he's been like, but you'd like to think through playing in preseason plus training now for a good 2 weeks. You'd like to think with no injuries, Jordan Henderson, Fabinho and Thiago will start tomorrow. I think it will come a little bit too soon for Andy Robertson. John asking in the comments there, will he be back for the Chelsea game? I think he might be. But this game, personally, I don't think he'll be around for it. It might come too soon for him. So my lineup prediction, I'm going to go with Alisson, Trent. In the centre-back position, I don't think you can change Virgil and Joel Matip, considering how well they did against Norwich. Nothing conceded. And also Joel Matip, only 1 loss in 44 league starts for Liverpool, which is incredible, really. Absolutely mad considering how long he's been injured for, but so important. And the facts do not lie. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Big shout out to Jay-Z on that quote. But yeah, you know, Joel Matip has to start for me. So we'll go with Tsimikas at left back. And in the middle, I am out of hope more than what I actually think is going to be the team, but out of hope, I am going to go with Thiago, Fabinho, and Henderson in that midfield. And I think I would not be wrong in saying that would be the first time that that midfield has ever stepped onto the pitch together at the start of the game, which is madness as well, considering they're, in my opinion, our best three midfielders. So really, really looking forward to getting that lineup sorted out. And then obviously up front, you've got I'm going to go with Firmino, Mane, and Salah. Maybe Jota unlucky not to start this one. He might still start, of course, but scored that goal against Norwich that really set the tone for the rest of the game and then was taken off after about 60 minutes. So maybe Klopp actually took him off earlier in that game to rest him up a bit so he can start this one. Who knows? But that's the team I'm going for. Just to recap, Alisson, Trent, Joel, Verge, Tsimikas at left back, Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago in the middle, and then up front, Mane, Salah, and Bobby Firmino, who all scored, apart from Mane, in that game against Norwich last week. So on form, Firmino banishing any myth that he might not score that many goals this season. He's already up and running in the Premier League, so that's a great sign. Let's get into a few more comments before we take your score predictions, a couple lineup predictions as well here, which is also great to see. Chris Young says 2-1 Liverpool, probably be right as they're a horrible team to play. Hello AGT, it's from the Anfield Fortress TV, which is quite apt really, considering the title of this video is Let's Make Anfield a Fortress Again. So big up to you on the name. Steve Lydon, he's going for 3-0 to the Red Men. I'm going for 4-0. Do you think Andy Robertson will be back for the Chelsea game? Just about. I think there's 8 days until that game, so it will be a tight one. But I think if he can get a week's worth of training in him next week, then he's got every fighter's chance of playing in that game, no question. Stephen says Alisson, Trent, Virgil, Matip, Tsimikas, Fabinho, Hendo, Thiago, Jota, Mane, and Salah is his lineup, going with the same midfield as me. Stephen, really rate that team there. Ryan, come on Liverpool FC, big up to you, my brother. Anfield Fortress TV says, I look like Robertson. No one's ever told me that before, to be honest, mate. Not had that one. Not sure if that's a compliment or not. Ryan says, a little good morning to everyone in the chat. Absolutely. And Bailey says, his lineup would be Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Gomez, Timmy. I like that. I would actually call him Simmy, though, not Timmy. So if you think about it, his name's actually Tsimikas, not Timikas. But I like your nickname for it. Maybe just put the Greek Scouser. That would work as well, wouldn't it? Fabinho, Hendo, and Keita in the middle of midfield. Very interesting that you've left out Thiago there. And he's also going for Salah, Mane, and Firmino. And Jota will be good to come on, and Thiago for some minutes for Chelsea next week. Big up to you guys. Anfield Fortress says he'll be in the chat for the Burnley game, Ryan. And also, we are actually going to be at the game doing the fan cams tomorrow from the box at Nike. Very excited for that. He's doing good baking today in England. Knew you were going to say that about my name. Love that. Sad news that Fab's father has passed, so he could be a dart tomorrow. Really? Wow. I didn't even know that, bro. That's horrible news. Really horrible news. Oh. Maybe we should have some kind of listen. Maybe Fabinho doesn't play tomorrow with that news. Thank you, Jamie, for letting me know. Fabinho did come on against Norwich, but that's horrible news. So maybe he could be a doubt for tomorrow. Do you watch anyone else on YouTube? Absolutely, bro. I watch so many people. YouTube is my kind of go-to place now to find out about other channels. I probably watch YouTube more than TV, if I'm that frank with you. Who else do I watch? I watch the Kopish lads, obviously James Redmond. I'm a big fan of the True Geordie, Don Robbie. I'm really into Rory Jennings. Who else? James Alcott is very good. There's loads. And Tubes doing the golf stuff. I love that. I also love a lot of podcasts like the All or Nothing podcast with Billy Moore. Loving that recently, like the Leggett podcast, the Have a Word pod, How Are We Famalam pod. These are all Liverpool-based pods. But yeah, go and check them out if you can. The Greek Scouser sounds fair. I'd go with your team, but Jota to start with Firmino on the bench as Nito Nova. RIP to Fabinho's dad. Absolutely, no doubt about that. And everyone will be there to support him. I'm expecting to hear the Kop tomorrow all the way from over here in Ireland. It's been so long. You'll never walk alone, says North Red. The Anfield agenda, Anfield agenda is good. Yeah, Craig, we've had him on the show before. To be fair though, when Craig did come on the show, I remember him saying if it was down to him, he'd sell Salah. He says he doesn't see the same player. So that was a mad shout from Craig there. And listen, obviously he's gone through some stuff recently, Craig. So sending out my best wishes to him in his pursuit of taking the channel to a new level. But when he was on here and he said that about Salah that we should sell him, I couldn't believe it. To be fair, and he hasn't been back on since. No, I'm only joking. Nito Nova, why are we overreacting to no signings? We literally have the best first 11 in the league. Yes, we do, but we don't have the best squad, and it's the squad that wins you the league. First 11s do not win you the league. Nito. Ryan says, brother, keep up the good work. Hello, Alex. Hello to you, Tyler Boy. Nice name. Hope you are well. I'm going for a 2-1 win. I said on my channel. Love that. So, right, you've got the lineup prediction, you've got my score prediction, and you've had the match preview there. Let me know in the content-wise stuff we're going to be doing on the channel. So every single Monday, we're going to be recording the Hot Topics podcast, myself and James Redmond. That goes out on a Monday as well. Tuesday and Wednesday, we do kind of transfer news, bits and bobs like that. And then obviously the Champions League will be playing on Tuesdays, on Wednesdays. So they'll be taking up our midweek slots. And then on a Thursday, we're going to be introducing a new show soon called the 360 View, which actually looks at every single game that Liverpool play in every single level at the club. So we look at the men's football, the women's football, the under-23s and the under-18s as well to see how they're getting on and see what kind of players are actually going to be progressing from the 18s, 23s into the first team. We've seen a lot of that this season. So very excited to show you that. And then obviously the Fridays, we do match previews. Saturday and Sunday, we're at the game doing the fan cams as well. So that's our kind of schedule. Let me show you now the routine tomorrow. So my routine tomorrow is going to involve waking up, and obviously it's an early kickoff, which doesn't actually, it makes me really happy because it means that I can finish work a bit earlier instead of these 7 o'clock kickoffs. I'm just watching Tottenham lose last night in the Europa Conference League to, I don't even know what team that is, to be honest with you. I mean, it's unbelievable that Tottenham have lost that one, to be honest. I mean, they were playing the kids there. You can see that it wasn't necessarily a team full of stars. But they lose that leg 1-0, and they're going to have to do some work. How can you beat Man City and then lose in the Europa Conference League? It's madness in the same week. But my routine tomorrow, early kickoff, so I'll be going down to Anfield about 11 o'clock to go into the Nike box. We'll be having some food and drink. Obviously, this isn't a regular occurrence for me. But then straight after full time, I'll be back outside the Park pub to interview you guys on the fan cam. So if you are at the ground tomorrow, remember to come and see the Kop TV straight after full time, at the Park pub. That's where we are. What do I think of St. Maximin? Very good player. I think we should be in for him, to be honest. He's got everything that we need. Still young, very talented. Could be one for the future. My prediction is Liverpool 2, Burnley 0. Bobby and Mane to score. Hopefully we can get Jeremy Doku. He'd be a second string for Bobby. 11 days till this window closes, guys. It's very, very touch and go at the minute. I Googled Fabinho's father's death. Doesn't seem to be true. Wow. Okay. Not too sure about what's going on there with that piece of news there about Fabinho's dad. Obviously, we don't want to be saying anything that isn't true on the channel. Good content. Keep it up, says Tyler Boy. I'm staying in the Beats Lounge when we are against Palace. Very, very nice, mate. Am I wearing a Liverpool top tomorrow? No, I actually can't. I'm not allowed to be wearing jerseys in the Nike box. So I won't be. I'll just be wearing a t-shirt probably. The park is amazing. It is, because I gave them a free shirt last season. So they definitely Owe me a favour, do the Park Pub at Anfield. Right, as you can see, I'm yawning, not because I'm bored, but just because I had a late one last night. I'm a bit hungover as well, to be honest. My dream is to get to Liverpool and see them play United and smashing them 5-0. Bro, that's everyone's dream, John. But big up to you for watching all the way from Brisbane. That's incredible that the Kop TV is really worldwide at the minute. We got viewers there from Liverpool, from Ireland, from Australia, and all around the world. So it's a beautiful thing. And thank you for coming to watch the show. Make sure, John, that you are subscribed to the Kop TV. Press that bell button as well. Like I said, some amazing content still to come on the channel as we proceed into the season. Right then, guys, 4-0 I'm going for Liverpool tomorrow. You've seen my lineup prediction as well. I'll see you after the game tomorrow for all your fan cams. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget, we'll see you soon.
Whoa. Just before you go,
don't forget, give us a like, drop us a comment and subscribe to the Kop TV.
The voice of football's most famous stand.